Let's bring in two NBC News political analysts. Mike Murphy is a Republican strategist. Rachel Maddow is host on Air America, the liberal radio network. Hey, folks, good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Why don't we start where Andrea left off with this New Yorker cover and this image that illustrates, visualizes some of the misconceptions that are out there about Barack Obama. Isn't the idea of satire that it gets us talking about the truth, Michael?
Right. I mean, I feel a little alone on this point, but I'm not that offended by it. I think satire is supposed to be disrespectful. It is the strength of our country. We're not so fragile that people can't, in the media, in the First Amendment, make these kind of, I think it was kind of clumsy satire, but the principle is so important. Next month, they can do a disrespectful cover about McCain.
And Rachel, when you look at these statistics that Andrea talked about, with 12% thinking that Barack Obama is a practicing Muslim, 26% thinking he was raised a Muslim, 39% saying he attended Islamic school in Indonesia. If there's a good thing to come out of this cover, here we are talking to millions of voters right now, and you get the chance to set the record straight.
Barack Obama, not a Muslim, never went to a madrasa, never raised as a Muslim.
So then why is the cover offensive? Why is it a bad thing?
Because the idea behind that satire was that they told a lie that they thought was a funny lie. They thought it was funny. The idea behind the satire here, why this would have worked if it worked, is because people would get that it's ridiculous that anybody would believe these things about Barack Obama. The problem is that not enough people get the joke. Too many people look at this as a representation of reality.
This is one of the hot topics this week. The hottest topic of the week is the economy, and rightfully so. We've got the situation with the bailout of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. You've got the housing and credit crisis deepening. How about the images of the lines outside IndyMac Bank, people waiting for hours to withdraw their money? So let's talk about the candidates, and let's start with John McCain. Is John McCain saying anything? Can John McCain do anything in the short term to ease the pain?
Well, I don't think there's anything any candidate can do overnight. And I think in this election, people are looking for the truth, not the usual politics. So I think McCain's advantage is he's a truth teller. He went to Michigan. He lost a primary. He showed a lot of political courage, telling auto workers he can't wave a magic wand and bring those jobs back. But long term, his policies of growth are the best thing for the economy.
Well, then the same question about Barack Obama, Rachel. Has this candidate said anything that should give Americans who are feeling the pain of this economy reason to be hopeful in the short term if he's elected?
There isn't a magic wand policy that voters are waiting to hear that one of these guys supports and the other one doesn't. What they're looking for is judgment on the economy, and they're looking at a record that is strong on the economy, and they're looking at these guys surround themselves with people who America trusts on the economy. The issue of advisors, especially on economic matters, I think has come to the fore in a way we couldn't have expected.
Let's talk about foreign policy. One of the issues the next president, next commander-in-chief is going to have to deal with, not only Iraq, Afghanistan. You've got John McCain coming out after some increased troubles in Afghanistan saying, look, we'll have to do whatever is necessary, even if it means more troops. Barack Obama in the New York Times said, look, we've got to send 2 new brigades to Afghanistan. How's this going to sit with people on the far right who like to paint him as so liberal, but that he's going to pull American forces out of harm's way no matter what?
Well, I think Barack Obama's moving to the center, and the question is going to be, is his base going to permit him to do that? I think he's looking at the fact he could win, and he's getting to more centrist, in my view, as a conservative, more practical foreign policy. He's starting to sound more like McCain.
But it does dispel that argument that this is a liberal who wants to get troops out of harm's way no matter what. He's saying we got to shore this up.
He wants to take that argument away and go prosecute the economy.
I would disagree, just because I don't think he's ever said anything different about either Iraq or Afghanistan. He's being represented as more centrist now, and people are maybe surprised to learn what his policies are, but they haven't changed.
But how's it going to sit with people on the far right, on the far left, excuse me, Rachel, who don't want to hear about more troops anywhere?
Well, I think the argument that needs to be made is, what is the American goal in Afghanistan, and do more troops help us get there? Does applying our military to this problem help us solve this problem? Obama has been saying that it does. Some people may reject that, but I think people are more willing to put troops to Afghanistan than Iraq right now.
If John McCain had said more troops to Afghanistan like Barack Obama has now, 90 days ago, the left would have attacked him.
I think that
Barack Obama's sounding more like John McCain, which is good politics, but I just don't know if it'll work.
But when did John McCain say that he wanted to move troops out of Iraq into Afghanistan?
McCain wants victory. He doesn't debate the details whether we need more troops or not. He's open to more troops. Your side's criticizing him.
I think people might be in it for the details at this point, Mike.
And as always, this discussion will continue, even in a commercial break, probably. Mike and Rachel, thanks. Good to have you both here. We appreciate it.